so that everyone gets to be heard today. We have a very exciting program, and I must say it's each year it seems the biomedical sciences and engineering, as it gears up, is becoming more and more exciting. This year, I guess the headline is precision medicine, and that is moving into all universities, into all the industry, is recognizing the impact of being able to do a genome very inexpensively, and the information that's starting to be gathered, which is going to be enormous. It's going to require analysts of all sorts, and who will deal with these piles of data, which will be based on genomics, proteomics, metabolomics, you name it, it'll be pouring in, and then what to do with it. And so, of course, this was stimulated by the studies of Helen Hobbs, who looked at cholesterol in patients with various spectrum diseases and found that the two ends of levels of LDL cholesterol, if you look at the spectrum of people, the very high ends, you have people with a lot of cardiovascular disease. At the very low ends, people with very low cardiovascular disease, and this was related to specific genetic mutations, and this was in PCSK9, and that kicked off a race to understand exactly what PCSK9 did and how it related to disease. And as you know, this has already resulted in drugs that are coming along that will lower LDL cholesterol in ways that were undreamed of years ago. And so things are moving in the direction of precision medicine for drug development and for ultimately a handling of all patients. And of course, the early on treatment of patients will be focused on using genetic signatures of cancers to treat cancer, but it will eventually, I think, cover all parts of medicine and figuring out who's at high risk for disease and who's at low risk, etc. So it's going to be pervasive. It's going to have to be taught in our medical schools and involved in every aspect of healthcare. So that's one thing that I want to fill some time while we get to 7:45, which is time to turn on the real stuff, and that is the bewitching hour has arrived. And I'd like to say that our first area, which is bioengineering and drug delivery, is that panel will be chaired by Steve Osterly and Bob Langer, who's not here because he's receiving another award. Maybe he's being crowned. I don't know, but this is an area which is obviously very, very interesting. Steve has an MD. He started as an undergrad at Harvard, then has an MD from Yale, was trained in internal medicine, cardiology, and interventional cardiology, and worked in that several places. Eventually went to Medtronic, where he has been since 2002, and he will chair the panel. Steve.